Hello and welcome. I'm Vickie Lane, Pathways Coach and Business Owner. During this short video, I'll be giving you insights into the why, who, what and how of business, and why nailing these 4 things will set the core foundations for your startup business. So picture this. You've got an idea, you've thought of a name, you've designed a logo and you've built a website. You believe you're doing all the right things in the right order, but it feels like you're speaking into a crowded room and nobody is listening. You're frustrated, you're exhausted, and you're wondering, why is this not working? In most cases, that's not a marketing problem, it's a clarity problem. We're often too keen to get to the how and forget about the why, the what, and the who. Marketing doesn't create clarity, it just amplifies the message that is already there. So if your message is unclear, it is just creating and amplifying confusion. To build a business that lasts, especially at startup stage, we need 3 layers of clarity before we even touch marketing. Number 1, self-clarity, your why. Your why is your fuel. It's what gets you up in the morning. It's what motivates you when things get tough. And it's what you will always come back to when you've got important decisions to make. As a coach, when I first meet clients, we'll often discuss in the initial conversation, values and clarity. Why do they want to do this? Why do you want to start this business? Most clients have never stopped to actually think about this. So you might think your reason for starting a business is financial freedom or to become a millionaire, but let's go one stage deeper than that. I want you to look at your why. Why do you want to have this financial freedom? Is it because you want to provide a bigger home for your family? Is it because you want to solve a problem that you've experienced and think others might also benefit from? Is it to adopt a better work-life balance or to create something meaningful to you? Think affirmatively and impactfully. Think inwardly as well as outwardly. When you skip this conversation with yourself, you're at risk of building a business that looks successful, but that is draining. If your business succeeds, what does your life look like? Your why is an integral part of your business. So I would recommend writing it down and pinning it up somewhere in your house to remind you on a daily basis. Number 2, customer clarity, your who. Without customers, we don't have a business at all. So it is really important to be clear on this. If you think everybody is your customer, then honestly, nobody is. It's one of the most common things I hear, but it's just too broad. In order to speak directly to your customer, you need to research. You need to know as much about them as possible. The main areas to research are age, gender, location, income, education, interests. What you want is an outline of your perfect customer. Identify their pain points. What problem or frustration do they have? And what is triggering them to find a solution? What shops do they buy from? Do they shop online or in person? Are they price sensitive? Are they brand loyal? This can be difficult to do at first, but it will become a working document which you can regularly update to make sure that you are on top of all of your customer insights, data, and buying habits. When you understand what keeps your customer awake at night, your messaging becomes really clear. We want them to know, like, and trust you, with the aim of becoming a repeat customer that engages with your brand. So rather than broadcasting to the masses, you are talking to your people. Number 3, value clarity, your what. Many businesses can describe what they do, but very few can describe what changes because of what they do. For example, rather than thinking I offer a 60-minute yoga class on a Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. in the local village hall, think about how people are going to feel, like waking up on a Wednesday morning after a really great night's sleep with no back pain that is preventing them from playing with their kids and grandkids. So another example, you're selling footstools with oak legs and custom fabric in your choice, but instead think you're transforming an evening into a relaxing sanctuary where you can put your feet up and decompress and let the stresses of the day just fade away. So ask yourself, What transformation do I create? What feels different after somebody works with me? What proof do I have that this works? And what will give me a competitive edge? By getting really clear on these 3 areas, you're beginning to tell your business's story, your story. You're building your brand. You're creating your unique selling point. You're creating a clear marketing strategy that will influence your branding and your mission statement. Number 4, the how. Marketing. Once these 3 stages are clear, you can become really direct with your marketing. Your messaging becomes really clear, you can use platforms strategically, and your confidence will build. So rather than shouting into a void, you will be speaking directly to your customer. So before you redesign your website and before you invest in any advertising, pause. Are you clear on your why? Are you clear on your who? And are you clear on your what? Because once you have defined all of these, marketing becomes a conversation and not just a performance. And even if you've already started in business, you can still do this exercise. In actual fact, I would recommend doing it on a regular basis to make sure that you're always really clear on your outcomes. I've created a short worksheet to help you build these points of clarity before you move on to marketing. Thank you for watching.